My name is John Hash. I work at UC Riverside as a graduate student, finishing up my third year. Been working on phorid flies now for almost 5 years. Started off with molecular systematics, doing my master's degree for 2 years, and then wanted to switch over and started doing more behavior, morphology, and taxonomy. So in the field, I'm using somewhat specialized techniques to find parasitic phorid flies. Specifically, I'm working on the genus Myriaphora. They're parasitoids of millipedes, and they appear to be attracted to the defensive compounds that are secreted by the millipedes. And then I have to distress the millipedes to cause them to release their defensive compounds, and then from there it attracts the parasitoids, and then I aspirate or collect the parasitoids from there. Within Diptera, I work in the family Phoridae, and specifically the genus Myriaphora. They're found worldwide. There's probably about 200 species so far, and over half of those occur in the New World tropics. And right now we're probably up to around 60 species in Costa Rica alone. So a lot of people ask, how do you know it's a new species? Or when you're looking at these things, they all look the same to me. Well, after spending hundreds and hundreds of hours looking at these things under the microscope, you find certain structures that are really useful for identifying them. And one of the structures that's useful is the egg-laying structure, or also called the ovipositor. And the females will use this structure. They'll insert it into an opening, some kind of thin membrane in the millipede, and from there they'll deposit their eggs with that structure. So we find in a lot of flies, especially parasitoids and parasitic phorid flies, that those structures are very important for identifying and classifying species. Flies are a really important part of the ecosystem. Most people think of them as nuisances or decomposers, and in actuality they're huge decomposers. They are food for lots of other organisms in the food web, and specifically the flies that I work on as parasitoids are really important for keeping other insects in control. This is actually my second trip. I made my first trip here in 2011. Visiting totally new places this time, so it's really exciting. And I'm also down here with a lot of Diptera specialists, so I'm learning a lot. I've got to visit INBio for the first time, which is a fantastic institution. They have a great collection here, a really large collection. It's the second largest phorid collection I've ever had the privilege of seeing, and there's a lot of good material in there that's waiting to be identified. And it'd be nice one day if an expert or a future expert like myself could have a chance to look through that and identify all that material that they have here.